How's it going? Welcome to Settohike. Today is a recipe kind of day, and I thought I would show you how to make dehydrated pho for your hiking trips. So I'm one of those people that thinks coriander tastes like soap, so feel free to adapt this recipe and add in any herbs and vegetables that you might prefer. But on that note, let's get started. For this recipe, you will need 250 grams of rice noodles, 350 grams of mushrooms, half of a spring onion, 2 Pak Choys, or any Asian vegetable of your choice, a large handful of spinach. I'm actually using beetroot leaves here because I grew a ton of beetroot in my garden and I had to use up the leaves somehow. About 200 grams of veal or lean beef, 2.5 teaspoons of ginger powder, 2.5 teaspoons of stock powder. I usually use vegetable stock, but I'm currently filming at my parents' house, so they only had beef stock in the cupboard. Step 1. Wash and prepare your vegetables. Cut the spring onion into small pieces, about 1/2 centimetre to 1 centimetre, and thinly slice the mushrooms. This will help them dehydrate well. For the Pak Choy, cut the bottom of the stalk off and discard. Then separate the leaves. I cut the leafy part off the stalk to dehydrate separately. Because they are different thicknesses, they will take a different amount of time in the dehydrator. Step 2. Prepare the meat. I am using veal schnitzels, so you can see that they are already pretty thin. So I am just chopping the meat up into bite-sized pieces and removing any of the fatty parts. Step 3. Heat up your pan and put your meat on. Fat doesn't dehydrate well in the dehydrator, so we are not going to use any oil. Once your meat is cooked, put it into a strainer and pour boiling water over it. This also helps remove any of the fats. I then rinse the meat under warm water under the tap. Step 4. You are ready to dehydrate. Grab your previously prepared vegetables and meat and nicely space them out onto the dehydrator. The spinach, Pak Choy leaves and spring onion will dehydrate the fastest, followed by the mushrooms, meat and Pak Choy stalks. I set my dehydrator to 70 degrees Celsius and come back every few hours to see how they are going. Step 5. You know the vegetables and meat will be done as they will become quite brittle, especially the spring onion and the leaves. You'll have to be careful not to snap them completely. Step 6. I have put each dehydrated component onto a different plate. You can either package them in a Ziploc bag or vacuum seal them. Portion sizes will depend on the person. For me, I am going to make 5 serves from this recipe. Or another way I calculate this is about 60 to 90 grams of dehydrated food per serve. I'm going to put 2 serves into 2 of the bags and 1 serve in the other. Once each part of the food goes in, I then lastly put in the ginger powder and stock powder. Step 7. Remember to write the date and description on the packaging. You can store these in the fridge or the freezer until your next trip. Step 8. To rehydrate the food, put the food into your cooking pot and cover with water so that the water line is just above your food. You can add more water if you want to make it more soupy. Bring your food to the boil and then you can take it off the heat and let it sit covered for around 10 minutes. Happy eating!